So guys, about to head to the airport for our upcoming trip to Bali in Australia. Very excited, really looking forward to it. Visiting two places I've never been before, so I'm excited to see what they're both like. Heard a lot of good things, and yeah, a lot planned, a lot to do, a lot of places to see when we get there. We're Bali for a week and then Australia for 2 weeks. We'll be in Australia for Paddy's Day. So yeah, I'm going to be working while I'm there, of course. The work never stops, the grind don't stop when you're coaching, unfortunately. So it's not unfortunately, it doesn't even feel like work, but anyway. And yeah, I'm excited, I'm looking forward to it. Driving around in scooters, seeing loads of cool places, beaches, viewpoints, swimming, drinks, ladies.
Lady men.
Lady boys, maybe.
Boys.
We'll see. Yeah, so what else? So we're just waiting to board now after something to eat. Absolutely stuffed after that burger I had. The double patty was probably a little bit too much, but anyway, intermittent fasting from now, starting from today. I always do this when I go on holidays, just as a little hack, and it allows me to save a lot more calories for the evening time when I want to maybe eat out and have a bit more fun, a few drinks and whatnot. So yeah, it's always a useful tool to use, guys, whenever you go travelling or anything like that. So definitely give it a go the next time I went away. Our flight to Singapore, because we're stopping off there first, is like 8 hours. Is that right?
Yeah.
And then we have like a 2 or 3 hour layover, but the airport is meant to be like one of the best in the world. Really cool shit to do there, so I actually don't mind having a little bit of a layover there and seeing what it's about, because I've been told a lot of cool stuff and I've seen a lot of cool stuff online about it. So yeah, it should be interesting just to check that out. And then I think it's another, how many hours to Bali?
2 and a bit.
2 and a bit, which isn't too bad. I think we arrive there midday tomorrow. So it's always good to fly through the night anyway, I suppose. Try and get a bit of sleep, hopefully. And yeah, be refreshed and recharged for the day in Bali tomorrow. So yeah, anything you want to say to the people? So these are the streets of Bali. Nice to see these different places and the way things are laid out here. It's a lot different, obviously, to Dubai or Europe or anything else. Quite similar to Thailand, to be honest, is what I found. But yeah, really nice place. So this is our first accommodation that we got when we arrived here. It was in Ubud, really, really nice place. Everything was like fairly modern. Pool was quite nice. Even the rooms themselves were pretty good. So we spent like the first 3 to 4 nights in this place. So this was one of my favourite places to eat while we were in Bali. It was a steakhouse. I'll drop the name of it below. I highly recommend it if anyone is in Ubud. Then we were on our way home that night and managed to get caught in a thunderstorm. Got absolutely soaked, probably the most wet I've ever been. I was literally soaked to the skin. So here is our trip to the first gym we found. It was really impressive, but on the way what you'll see is absolutely tons of dogs everywhere. I've never seen so many dogs in my life, all stray dogs as well, but they're all really, really friendly. Yeah, and the gym we found was absolutely incredible. There's quite a few decent gyms around the place. Some of them were not great, had no air conditioning, but this one in particular was really modern, really good equipment. The machinery was like brand new, good quality machines as well, so really enjoyed that. I had a smoothie bar, there was really nice food places outside of it as well, and I got a really good session in there. That was my first session when I arrived to Bali. I still managed to train a couple of times while I was there, just 3 to 4 times I think over the course of the week, but yeah, really enjoy going to new gyms and, you know, trying out different equipment, and just training in a different environment is always a good thing as well, I feel. So after the gym, we went to Creta. It was a place that was recommended from absolutely everyone that we spoke to about Bali. Really beautiful. It was like an infinity pool overlooking rice fields, and there was quite a few different paths to walk around there, and swings and things like this to go on. It was absolutely amazing. The food there was pretty good too. Had a couple of drinks, and yeah, nice way to spend an afternoon. The food we got there was quite nice. They could have definitely improved their portion sizes when it came to the protein. They got the smallest piece of chicken ever, and Aideen got the quesadillas. But yeah, the coffees, the juices they gave us, they were all quite good as well. So this is the bridge in the rice fields that everyone was absolutely terrified to cross. I decided to shake the shit out of it a little bit, try and scare Aideen. She wasn't too happy, as you can probably hear.
I'm trying to video this.
So the following morning we had to get up extremely early for our trip to Mount Batur. It was like a 2 AM start because it was like a 2-hour drive to get there, and then it was like a 2-hour hike, and you had to leave at this time if you wanted to get the sunrise that morning. But it was definitely worth it when we got there. You can see here, like, the views are absolutely amazing. This is probably around halfway up before the sun starts to rise. It was quite a bit of a hike. Itself was 3 or 4 hours, and then I'm at the very top. Just as we got up there, the sun started to rise, so it was perfectly timed. The tour guide that we had was pretty cool as well. He was a local, really nice guy. He that was his job every single day to hike up Mount Batur. Sometimes twice a day he would do the tour, so yeah, he was quite fit. And that's overlooking Bali there and the Ubud area. And the way back down, it was probably even more challenging than it was climbing up. I was slipping quite a bit, and safe to say that was the last time I was able to wear those sneakers as well. So after about 1 hour of scaling back down the mountain, we got to the bottom here. It's quite nice there as well. That's us on the way back overlooking it. That's Mount Batur there that we climbed. It was quite nice to look at as well from a distance. And then they surprisingly brought us to this coffee tasting place. We thought we were going to be going straight home after the trip to Mount Batur. We weren't even told about this. We were already quite tired and falling asleep before we got to this coffee tasting place. But yeah, I suppose, look, we were kind of glad, I suppose, when we got there as well. It was cool to see, probably something we wouldn't have done if they hadn't brought us here. So they gave us so many different types of coffees, different teas, all different types of flavours, and some of them are quite nice, some of them were not the best, but yeah, I think I tasted every single one of them. And I was hoping after the early start that I'd get home and try and go to sleep for a couple of hours, catch up on some sleep, but I was literally on a caffeine high after tasting every single one of them. So yeah, that was probably to be expected. And one of the coffees that we tasted was from an animal called a luwak. It's actually from their shit, their poo, whatever you want to call it. They go through the process of how they make it, and it's apparently the most expensive coffee that's there. Yeah, I wasn't really a big fan of it. I did taste it, but it wasn't as good as they said it was going to be. They had a shop as well where they were like selling different types of chocolate that they make, different types of dark chocolate with flavours. These are actually quite good. Get a piece. No taste of vanilla.
Man kann die Schokolade aufessen.
Orange chocolate. Big piece.
You love that one?
Terry's chocolate orange, I say. Wait for the taste to go. Really
and act like you haven't already eaten about 10 chunks.
I think that's the nicest.
Yeah.
The bear, look. Get a picture of the bear. Of half of it goes.
Yeah. He does eat chocolate.
Sweet tooth. So for our last night in Ubud, we ended up going back to the same steakhouse. It was so good, I just said I had to have one more meal there before we left. And yeah, safe to say, it was definitely worth it. The steaks, the sides, the wine, absolutely everything there was top notch. So then we moved on to Canggu, which was another area in Bali, a bit more of a kind of party destination this place was, and it's by the beach as well. If you want to go surfing and stuff like that, it was quite cool. This was a hostel that we stayed in for the first few nights. Really nice, kind of like Greek kind of vibes there, the way it's laid out, and it was really close to everything as well. Once we got there, they'll organise again renting out a scooter. Something I do everywhere I go, if possible, is rent out like a bike or a scooter. I love to explore and go to different places. So guys, here's our new accommodation in Canggu. It's a hostel, really good value, nice little bathroom. All you need really for a decent stay. So guys, just a little travel update. We're currently after landing in Canggu, which is about an hour and a half from Ubud. We done 3 days up in Ubud, which is more than enough. The only thing we didn't get to do was the waterfall, which was recommended to us, but maybe next time we're up in that direction. In Canggu, it seems to be a lot busier. There's a lot more traffic. It's meant to be more of a party area, whereas Ubud is like more relaxed. So yeah, looking forward to seeing what it's like here. There's Bali MMA, which was recommended to me by my coach in Dubai. So I'm going to check that out and see what it's like. I'm not looking forward to sweating buckets because usually there's no aircon in these places, but I'll try and get a gym session in as well today and just kind of suss out the place. We're here for 3 days before we go to Australia, so we have a couple of things planned, so excited to see what it's like here. So I just finished the gym session over here. It is quite hard to train when you're out here. There's no real air conditioning inside the gyms, and the gyms are good enough quality, but you know, you just don't feel as strong when it's that hot and sweaty inside there. But anyway, still get the work done. I'm training fasted over here at the moment, just to get me set up for the day, give me a boost of energy, and yeah, it just helps me bank some calories as well for later in the day. We're just going sitting down for breakfast there now. Breakfast for two is about €15. That's a coffee. I'm having 2 meals. 18 is having one. It's pretty good value. So the most expensive thing out here is probably the gyms, the day passes for the gyms. If you were to do that every day, it does add up. But other than that, everything else is quite cheap. You know, we've exciting day planned today. We're going to go to Finn's and see what that's like. So yeah, I'll take you along to Finn's with me. I'll show you what it's like there. Apparently it's the self-proclaimed best beach club in the world, so let's see, does it live up to the billing. So on the way back from the gym, I passed this cool market. Said we'd stop off in. There's a good few markets around Bali, so they're definitely worth checking out whenever you pass one. There's good deals on them there. It's quite good jewellery, clothes, different things that you can pick up. I picked up a nice pair of shorts while I was in there, and as I said, most things over there are pretty good value for money.
Nice scooter.
top rows, straight out of Canggu. So guys, just after landing in Fins now, we never reserved a table, so we had to kind of make do with this grass area that you see around us. It's still pretty nice as well, but you can see the VIP areas here like are all beds and stuff like that, which probably would be a little bit more comfortable, but you can still access all the pools and everything, and like there's a minimum spend on all the bookings, so whatever you book, some of them are like 2 million, which is about 150 euros I think, and others are like 3, 4, 5, it depends what location you go into, but the one we got is 2 million, and it's actually good value because the drinks like are pretty cheap, so and the food as well, so it'll take you a while to get through that 2 million. So yeah, let's see does it live up to expectations now while we're here. So far so good. The beach as well is beautiful. You're overlooking the beach there, you can go surfing and stuff if you want, or just walk up and along the beach. And then obviously there's good music and stuff like that. It'll probably get a bit more lively as the day goes on and still filling up, but yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the sunset here. It's meant to be like one of the best things to do when you're in Fins or any of the ones along the coast here, so yeah, that should be pretty beautiful. And we've already seen the sunrise here when we climb Mount Batur, one or the other. So yeah, sunset now in Fins, be a nice way to kind of finish out our week here. We've one day left tomorrow, and yeah, hopefully we'll try and get some surfing done, or maybe visit another area like Cafe del Mar or something like that. There's a huge cocktail menu here. I had one of those spicy margaritas last night. It was horrible. Not nice. I like margaritas, but no, really didn't like that spicy margarita. I think I'll stick to what I know. Get an old Dacaldino. They look pretty good. Or something like a normal margarita, that'll be pretty nice. So the classic cocktails are always a safe bet. But whiskey sour's pretty good. What else is there? Pina coladas. So I don't want to get too swazzed while I'm here. So I don't know whether to just stick with the same one or test out a few different ones. Because the last thing I want to do now is not be able to do anything tomorrow if I am too swazzledino. So yeah, we'll see how the day goes. So I think I'm going to stick with the whiskey sours. There's a lot of protein in them. We've a bit of wild turkey, egg whites, so good macros. We'll stick with that. Get the protein sources into us while we're getting a bit tipsy. That was our day in Fins. It didn't go exactly to plan. We ended up having a pretty late night. After Fins we went back to the hostel and we met these girls from I think Sweden or somewhere, and they told us about this club called the Vault. It was meant to be pretty cool. It was like an underground club, so we said we'd keep the party going, and we ended up going there. Just in Bali airport now, on the way to Perth. Had an unbelievable trip in Bali. such a cool place, lots of things to do. Obviously the weather is beautiful, people are very friendly, super cheap, food is good, so you can't ask for much more than that. Yesterday we went up to a beach in Seminyak and yeah, just chilled out. We're kind of hungover from the day before in Finn's Beach Club, which was pretty cool as well. Definitely worth a trip if you're ever in Bali. But yeah, yesterday a little bit hungover, so we just said we'd chill out for the day, go to the beach, go for a swim, get a massage, and yeah, that was it. Had some fresh coconut as well, which tastes unbelievable. And that was about it. We got some Mexican food then to finish out the night. The food over here is incredible. You know, everywhere you eat out, breakfast, lunch, dinner, it's all like really good healthy options as well. So it makes it easier, I should say, to stay on track. Somewhat anyway. And the gyms over here as well, you can still train, you know, they're good enough quality. It's easy to keep active because, you know, there's so many things to do. You go to the beach, you can go swimming, cycling, dancing, whatever you're into. So yeah, all in all, a super trip, and would definitely recommend a visit to anyone thinking of going. The sunsets, the sunrises, they were all amazing as well. It's a nice part of the world, and yeah, we'll definitely be back.